Hey guys, this is Simon from Fateless. Today I'm going to be taking you through basically what to expect from the beta when it goes live. I've had tons of people asking me questions around when's it going to happen, what's going to be included, am I included, all these type of things. So you can still sign up to the beta right now. I'll put all the links to that down below. Come to the website at fateless.gg. And the sign-up form is there, very easy, and come and join the Discord where we discuss all things Godforge. By the way, if you did not catch it, we had a video, a podcast actually, with some of the new members that have joined the team, literally legends in the industry, like making the games that I used to love to play, like EverQuest, like Star Wars, Galaxies, Turok, like crazy awesome games. Okay, and the podcast was actually lots of fun. I really enjoyed it myself, just listening to some of their stories and really why they joined Fateless. We've also got another sneak peek video that's going to come this week towards the end of the week, which I'm really excited to share with you as well. I can't wait until you see it because I think it's going to blow your brains out. But today what we're going to do, we're going to talk about the beta, what to expect. We're still on basically demo 2.0 right now, with some tweaks, with some new additions, but in essence, what we built for demo 2.0, which we basically built it for investors to have a kind of feeling of, you know, what will Godforge be? Yeah, in its very dumbed down version, all of this white boxed and, you know, none of it final assets, but ultimately, what type of game are they going to be looking at here? Because they might not know this genre that well, and what type of mechanics are we adding into the game? That's what demo 2.0 was really all about. So really what we're going to do is we're going to be using demo 2.0 as kind of our base for what we want players to be able to experience for the beta. And the beta we're looking to go live with at least a version of the beta. You know, there's 20 odd thousand people that are signed up right now. The way we see it is we'll have kind of like blocks of people coming in and playtesting certain things. So it might be like, you know, 500 people, you get to come in for a 3-day period and smash the early game. Just absolutely smash the early game. Find out if that's enjoyable for you. We might have another group of players where it's like, we're giving you accounts that are relatively maxed out. How do you feel when you've got a load of heroes maxed, you know, fighting more difficult content? Is that an enjoyable experience? So ultimately what we're going to have in our beta is a number of different elements of the game fleshed out. Probably something like 100 heroes in the game, animated with full VFX, properly loaded in. You know, the ability to go in and check them out in your hero viewer. There'll be summoning to collect those heroes, so you get that kind of whole summoning experience, the gotcha element experience, and you know, you're going to be able to come in and do anything related to upgrading a hero. So that will be things like just a general level upgrade. It will be elements like skill upgrading, putting gear on your heroes, doing awakenings, doing ascension, masteries, pretty much anything to do with a hero and the ability to upgrade them will be in the beta. Okay. Did I say when it was? Like, basically we're looking at, I don't know if I said or not, Q1 next year is the plan. Later on in Q1 though, probably around March, when we're going to start to have waves of people coming in and testing different things. And it might be that we have a number of waves live at the same time, but just testing different things. Okay, so that's the kind of the initial group that we're planning. So yeah, anything to do with a hero, any sort of upgrading is going to be part of the plan. And really what we're looking for is, how do people find the game? Like, is the gameplay enjoyable? We will have a full kind of like normal campaign. So a lot of you would have seen the Aru level by now that we've just got in the demo. Ultimately, I say a full campaign. Basically, in the full release, we're going to have 10 factions of different mythologies. We might have a reduced number of factions available in the beta, just because of the type of heroes that we're kind of maxing out right now in terms of showcasing and stuff. But ultimately, there'll be now, like, this is totally white box, by the way. This is obviously not finished for anyone who cannot see with their own eyes. But, you know, if I compare it to the Aru map, again, not finished, but more finished than the Khajiit one. But I just wanted to show you some stuff is kind of going into engine, but it's going into engine and it's not being polished and all that type of stuff. We're literally just getting it in there so that people can play the game. So, you know, we can go into, for example, a Khajiit level now and play the level. But it's the enemies are not kind of like fixed and that type of stuff. For beta, all of that will be in. The proper enemies to fight, you know, this kind of like sense of progression. So, you know, I could come in here and do like an Aphrodite ult, for example. All of this is working because certain heroes are like actually added into the game. But for the beta, there'll be a lot more that are kind of properly tuned in. There's a bunch of buggy stuff here right now that we need to iron out. We've not been focused on this side of it for a little while, honestly, because it's just kind of like we've got other stuff to do. But, you know, the stuff that was already working is still working. And, you know, we're basically focused a lot more on bringing new maps into the fray, you know, working on some of the camera work, some of the shaders, all that type of stuff. But, you know, some of the heroes are now starting to get kind of like fleshed out in the background, not here with what you're seeing today. So for beta, that will be in though. The campaign will be done. We're going to have, we think, you know, maybe 6 to 10 dungeons, you know, with anything which will be related to developing your heroes and upgrading them and finding like items for them, that type of stuff. You know, all of that will be in. So, you know, rest assured, we're going to bring gameplay that you can actually test. But there's, as I say, there's a bunch of buggy stuff going on still in here. And because I've not used this ability yet before I'm showing you, it's done a blue box it. But that's actually kind of cool. Ramsey's giving the big shouts. That's actually kind of sweet. Anyway, yeah, there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff that needs to be resolved before we're able to properly show that off. So yeah, what else have we got here? We'll have that kind of like new player experience. So a full kind of like railroad of a new player. We're going to work on things like camera positions and that type of stuff. Summoning flow. So in the beta 2.0, we've got this kind of very old school, not old school, very, very kind of like white box feel of a summon. This is clearly not our final summoning animation, but we will have that in for the game because it's an important part of a hero collector, a gotcha game. And yeah, and basically, yeah, anything which is related to collecting heroes and upgrading heroes, we will have available for you to use. So yeah, so interestingly, like that's basically what we're working on right now. All of the elements which make the game a playable game, missions, quests, you know, all of the mastery systems, player journals, indexes, all of that type of stuff. It's all in a milestone right now. It's quite a big milestone actually, which runs right the way through to February. And what we do is we break that into 2-week chunks, if you like. So we're able to basically sort of use those 2-week chunks to say, right, this 2 weeks we're going to finish designing this group of heroes. We're going to design this environment piece. We're going to fix the camera. Okay, next 2 weeks, what we're going to do? We're going to implement these 5 heroes actually into the game engine. I don't know, we're going to finish these 10 in 3D. But there's so many things that are packed into what we're doing here, what we're building here is enough to blow your brains, honestly. There's so much that goes into building this style of game. But all in all, it's all building towards this kind of like beta release. And then, obviously, once we start getting some of the feedback from that, while still developing, we'll be taking that feedback on board to try and tweak and enhance the final full release in sort of Q3 next year. So lots going on, tons of work that's being done right now. But I just wanted to sort of drop this so that you had a better feel for what we're actually trying to release for people to actually play test and enjoy when we get that beta out. Let me know what you think. And as I say, don't forget to sign up to the beta down below. And yeah, I will see you in the next one.